You see the title and thumbnail, and you might think I'm crazy. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal having a full season together. Damian Lillard and Giannis are going to be unstoppable. The Lakers and Celtics both improve. But NBA super teams don't guarantee championships anymore. Like 2012 and 2017, the league has gotten better, and what separates good teams from great teams is chemistry and history. Allow me to explain. Take a look at the last couple NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, and Milwaukee Bucks. All of these teams have something in common. Other than each team having a generational talented player, most, if not all, the core players on the roster were either drafted or grown with the same team for years. The Nuggets drafted Jokic in 2014, Jamal Murray in 2016, and Michael Porter Jr. in 2018. Same goes for the Warriors, with Steph in 2009, Klay Thompson in 2011, Draymond Green in 2012, and Jordan Poole in 2019. The Bucks drafted Giannis in 2013 with the 15th pick. They acquired Middleton from the Pistons in 2013 after he only played 27 games for them his rookie year. There's a pattern here. Also, take a look at the head coaches. Mike Malone had been with the Nuggets since 2015, 8 years before he won his first championship with the team. Steve Kerr had been coaching the Warriors since 2014. It took him less than a year to win his first championship with the team, but after missing the playoffs for 2 straight seasons, while having the worst record in the league for one of them, he coached the team to a championship in 2022. Mike Budenholzer became the Bucks head coach in 2018, and from that last year up until he won his first championship in 2021. Blew a 2-0 lead in 2019, didn't get gentleman's sweep in 2020. But interestingly enough, all these coaches are in the top 5 longest tenured coaches in the league today, except for Coach Bud, who was recently fired. There's a pattern here. Take a look at their opponents as well. The Nuggets beat the Heat in 2023, who had Jimmy Butler, who was traded there in 2019. Though he wasn't drafted or with the team for a while, Jimmy was a risk the Heat took on at the time. Before people loved playoff Jimmy, the narrative around his name in 2019 was a bad teammate, locker room cancer, and simply uncoachable. There are multiple reports with him arguing with teammates and coaches in Minnesota and Philadelphia, but the Heat chose Butler to lead them when every other team was hesitant for him to be in their locker room. The Heat also drafted Bam Adebayo in 2017 and Tyler Hero in 2019. The Celtics, who lost to the Warriors in 2022, drafted Marcus Smart in 2014, Jaylen Brown in 2016, Jason Tatum in 2017, and Robert Williams in 2018. And in 2020, the Suns lost to the Bucks, but they would draft Devin Booker in 2013, DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges in 2018, and Cam Johnson in 2019. Chris Paul was traded to the Suns the offseason before their finals run, but he did play with head coach Monty Williams for one season when the two were at New Orleans together. Take a look at the coaches as well. The Heat had Eric Spoelstra since 2008, the Suns had Monty Williams since 2019, and the Celtics had head coach Ime Udoka, who much like Steve Kerr made a finals appearance in his first year on the job with the team that already had an experienced core that has played with each other for multiple years. This pattern continues. Championships aren't just won by stars playing for the same team. They're won by players that can work together towards the same goal. Just ask the Brooklyn Nets, who had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden on their roster and only won just one playoff series during their time together. You could also look at the Los Angeles Lakers. They won their 17th championship in 2020 on the backs of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But the real threat of this team wasn't just a duo, it was the players surrounding them. Rajon Rondo, Danny Green, Dwight Howard, guys that played their roles. The Lakers also had Alex Caruso, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Kyle Kuzma, who all joined the team in 2017. These guys were on the roster before LeBron joined in 2018. They had built the chemistry and went through the trials from finishing 10th in the Western Conference in 2019 to being champions in 2020. Then they decided to either trade or not re-sign those guys, only to bring in Russell Westbrook for $44 million a year, while also bringing in Carmelo Anthony and DeAndre Jordan. They ultimately finished 11th in the Western Conference that next year. You can say that these players simply didn't work together, and they didn't. I say talent across the league has gotten good enough that 3 superstars aren't enough to win championships, let alone guarantee a finals appearance. In 2023,
14 players averaged over 25 points per game.
The last time an actual super team won, back in 2018,
only 7 players averaged the same amount of points throughout the regular season.
Championships in history clearly matter when competing for a championship in the modern NBA. Front offices have to build a roster with players that work with one another instead of signing players just for the names on the back of the jersey. And history shows that before any team can go out and win a championship, they all have to go through their fair shares of struggles. And in my opinion, the team that has the most chemistry and most history, along with the generational talented player, is the Denver Nuggets.